This is the plaintiff, Eduardo Rosenfried. He says a car he co-owned with an employee of his was illegally towed off his rental property, and now the car's gone missing. That's right, 1 minute it was there, next minute towed away by the defendant, and she doesn't know what happened to it. He doesn't know what's going on with the slack-jawed defendant and her business of scams, but he's suing for the $1,000 he spent on the vehicle and wants his money pronto. This is the defendant, Sharon Wiltshire. She says she towed a car which had no plates on it, and even placed an orange sticker on it advising the owners to move it because it was going to be hauled away in 24 hours. The car ended up sitting in her lot. There was a lien placed on it, and the car was sold at auction. Bottom line, she did her job by the book, and the plaintiff doesn't have a case. She's accused of being tow happy.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant towed a car illegally and it's had a horrible impact on his life. But the defendant says the tow was legal and the plaintiff had more than enough opportunity to avoid it. It's the case of sore tow.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Eduardo Rosenfried?
Yes.
You are suing Carmel Towing, represented here by Sharon Wiltshire. You're suing them for $1,000 for illegally towing a vehicle. Tell me what happened.
On Saturday, November 3rd, 2012, I was approached by one of my tenants. She made me notice that there was a parked car in the property that didn't belong to one of the tenants in the property.
Okay. What is your position with that property?
I'm co-owner with my wife.
All right. So a tenant calls you and says it's an unidentified car.
Right.
And what do you do?
And what I do, I look at the car. It looked familiar, but I wasn't sure. So what happened is I was about to go home, and I was approached by two ladies. One of them was Sharon. Her name was Sharon, she told me.
That would be
and
you.
She asked
Yes,
me,
ma'am.
Okay.
She asked me if I had any illegally parked car in my property, and this happened right away after I was told. So I said, it seems that way.
How did you know?
I live down the street from his unit.
Around the
Yeah, but
corner.
how do you know that he hasn't illegally parked? What do you do? Just walk around? Is
No,
that how
he
you
was
drum up
putting a
business?
for rent sign up. He had a unit available,
Right.
and he was writing a sign out for rent for the
Right.
apartments, and I was going to get a unit available for my coworker, one of his units.
Name
Right,
change.
but he says you asked him, do you have any illegally parked cars?
No, I asked him, I said, we were at Carmel's Towing, and we put up signs to have cars towed, and he said, yes, you came at the right time. And he signed a note and put it on the car, and I came back and
Signed a
tagged
note?
it.
What note?
This note here.
Okay. He signs a note and puts it on the car that says what?
Towed within 24 hours.
You wrote a note and put it on the car, and
Yes.
you did.
I did personally, yes.
You
Both
did?
in English and Spanish.
And both in English and Spanish.
Right.
You are parked illegally.
Yes, I did that. That's my
Okay, that's not how you
handwriting.
spell illegally, but okay. You are parked illegally, must remove car between 24 hours or it will be towed away. For questions, call George. So you put that on the car.
Yes. Well, what happened is that morning I was approached by one of my workers, and he requested if I could lend him $1,000 to purchase this car, 1997 Saturn. So I decided to lend him the money, provided that he pays me back. So
This had happened earlier that day?
yes.
You're not going to tell me that's the car.
Yes, that's the car.
You are going to tell me that's the
Yes,
car?
that's exactly
so
what I'm gonna tell.
So wait.
So
I'm sorry. Hold on. So she comes in, they work for the towing company.
Right.
You say you came in the nick of time.
Right.
You
got sent-
ask them to
sent
tow
to-
the car. You tell them this
no,
car.
I didn't ask them to tow the car because I wasn't sure who the car, whether it belonged to one of my tenants or who the car was.
So
But
what did you ask them?
what I did is, she told me that she will come back if I sign a contract with them. She will come back on the following Monday, and they will, advise the person to remove the car between 24 hours. Otherwise, they will
So
tow
when
it
did
away.
you sign the contract? So you signed a
Saturday
contract for towing?
afternoon. Yes.
Okay. So you sign he signs a contract with you on what day?
November the 3rd.
November the 3rd, is that correct?
2012.
And then at that time, do you put anything on the car
Yes, ma'am. We stick it with the orange stickers.
that actually sticks? Or it's a piece of
We
paper?
just put it on the piece of paper.
Okay. So this is on November 3rd.
Yes, ma'am.
And so on November 3rd, you write, this car will be towed in 24 hours. Today's date. Of course, doesn't have, just says warning. It doesn't have like your tow company info or anything.
No.
How
none of
come?
that.
Just on purpose, you guys don't do it?
We just put the, we just tag it. Now that let the driver know what car to get when they get there.
You don't want phone calls saying, please, please give me another day. So you just say, all right. So, and here's a picture of the car with both. How did you think to take a picture of the car?
That's
with
what we do.
You always take a picture after you
Yes.
tag it so that
Yes.
there's no question you tagged it. And then when did you tow it?
The 4th in 24 hours.
Okay, 24 hours later you tow it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when's the first time we realized what happened?
Well, what happened is I get a phone call that somebody left a sign on this car. I said, yes, I did the car. I left the sign on the car because I didn't recognize the car. I didn't know that it was the car that he requested from me to lend him $1,000 to get it. So he said, don't worry about it because they're supposed to come and put a sign the following Monday, warning
Says
the
who?
person. What?
The following
Carmel,
Monday.
Michelle
Hold
told me.
on. Let's see when what day of the week November 3rd was.
Saturday.
November 3rd was a Saturday.
Yes, ma'am.
So why are there signs that have to go up on the 5th when, according to this, it's getting towed on the 4th? Why were you relaxed?
First of all, I didn't know who the car was, who belonged to. Second of all, I was expecting them to place the sign on the following Monday, as
Why?
they told me.
The sign
That's
was
what they told me.
placed then.
Right. I was just, waiting for the person, giving a chance to the person to remove the car.
So you didn't know that they would place the orange sign?
No.
But
I
she
didn't
was
see that.
standing right there
No, she
next
came
to
back
your sign.
after I placed that sign.
Did you
I
put the
never
orange
saw that
sign in front of him or not in front of him?
When he left, I stayed out 3 houses down. When I see him tag the car and put the white sign up there, I came back and took a picture and
And then
tagged
put
it
yours.
too.
So he
Yes.
didn't know that you put the orange sign.
exactly.
But then your workers call you and they say there's 2 signs on the car.
No, so one sign. I said, I did place the sign.
So then you come in on Sunday and you tow the car, and then at that point, you get a phone call from him when? On Monday?
No,
Sunday. He said, Sharon, could you bring the car back? I said, well, since we just signed the contract with you, we can give it back to you for $50 because I don't want to lose the contract with you and we just signed up. So I said, give me $50 and bring the proper paperwork that's your car and you could be able to get it out. But they didn't ever come back with the $50 about legal documents.
So nobody ever went to pick up the car?
No. When I called on Sunday, Michelle told me that they were going to tow the car back to the property, and they didn't.
No, I didn't.
Nobody at this point told me that I had to pay to get the car back or anything. See, the days go up, and every day there's another $30 or $25 charge going over. So it's like they're waiting for time to go by so they can get me with more money.
Oh my goodness. Where's the car now?
In the yard, at the job.
Did it get junked?
I get
No.
the car back. I'm fine with that.
It's still there.
I'm sure you're fine with
Yeah.
that. No kidding, you're fine with that. So how can we resolve this?
So, this whole thing about, tow truck drivers, they're kind of shady and whatnot, is that a bad rap or is it fair?
It's a bad rap
Why do you say?
because nobody likes getting their car towed. But they're just doing their job.
So you go into it not liking them.
Go into it already hating
Fair
them.
enough. That's actually a good point. You agree or not?
I agree with her on what she said.
Are they like everybody else, basically?
Yeah, I think they're like everyone else. People just hate them because,
They're just doing their job.
yeah, exactly.
What about tow truck drivers versus lawyers? Who do you trust more?
Lawyers.
Really?
Yeah.
Ha, we won one. How about that? Going inside the courtroom.
What do we need to do?
If he want the car back, my boss man said he can give it back to you for $1,500.
1,000?
Yeah, he want 1,000.
You were gonna say 150. What happened to you?
Sorry.
Oh, how can we resolve this? This is kind of silly. You guys don't want the car, obviously. That's
No.
So what are you willing to take to get the car? And don't tell me 1,000. Come on.
That's what he said.
That's what your boss said?
Yes, 15.
$1,500. Well, that's not going to happen.
I know.
So,
I know.
so unless he's in the business of buying and selling cars, which I imagine he's not, and he doesn't want the car.
Why don't you just talk to Dave?
Why didn't you just talk to Dave?
Just me.
Talk to Dave, the boss man. And
The boss
can you work
man.
something with
I
him?
never
Boss
got
man
a chance
Dave.
to talk to Dave. Nobody ever told me who the boss was.
Well, come on, Dave sent you in here. Show some.
I don't even know what he looks
Get fired.
No. I don't know. You want to work a deal out?
Yeah.
You want the car?
Yeah.
Work a deal out.
Okay, the 1,000.
Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing. You guys didn't counterclaim. So there's only his claim against you for 1,000.
Okay.
And I don't know how on God's green acres it could be any worse for you in your claim against them for 1,000. You ask them to tow it. You ask them to become your tow company. You tell them you're a savior. You've come in the nick of time. There's an illegal car here. They do exactly what you hire them to do. They put the warning notice on it. You put a warning notice saying that that car is illegally parked. So I've never had a case like this. I've never had a case where an owner of a car asked somebody to tow their car and then said, wait, it turns out that car is mine. It's fascinating. It's been real fun, but you can't win against them. And my verdict in this case is for the defendants.
Thank you.
So plaintiff on his way out of the courtroom, a chance for us to find out what's going through your mind right now after you lose this case.
I think it's not fair. I don't think justice being served because they told me they were going to place the sign the following Monday, and they towed the car on Sunday. Not even 24 hours.
It seems like you're not really on the ball.
No, maybe a brain damage.
Oh, all right. Okay. So, all right. Right this way. Follow Officer McIntosh, please.
Yes, sir.
What are you going to do with this car now?
I guess we'll sell it. Income tax time is right around the corner.
You couldn't make a nicer deal with this guy than $1,000?
Talk to my boss, and that's what he say.
You're a model employee, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
You just do whatever the boss says.
Yes.
Harvey?
Okay, in this case, I got to tell you, not only did the defendant follow the law, but the plaintiff actually gave permission to tow the car. So here's the deal. If you're having a legitimate dispute with a tow truck company, a lot of them are licensed to do business in the state where they do business. And if you contact the licensing agency, if you're having a dispute, they may be able to put pressure on the tow truck company if they've done something wrong. It's a way of avoiding court.